Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Sunday, the 11th of July 2021. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. If you are playing this on a Sunday, of course, it could be another day of the week and you're just an internet time traveler clicking back. I'm still promoting jazz for the next few days, and people who like jazz and all kinds of music really will, I think, find it very difficult to say that you have an absolute favorite, right? It's just really not possible to have a favorite pianist or singer or particular instrument player. I find very difficult, especially in jazz where there are such a wide range of styles and talents and moods and things like that. But the saxophone is one of the most frequently used instruments in jazz. It lends itself really well to jazz, and I definitely don't have a single favorite saxophonist, but I want to mention one particular saxophonist who is just an incredible talent. Now, the saxophonists that are alive today, we still have with us Wayne Shorter, although he is rather elderly now, but the great man is still there. And of course, we have people like Bob Mintzer of Yellow Jackets, just incredible musician, and so many others. Just Branford Marsalis, just innumerable, really innumerable. But one I'd like to particularly mention is a British man named Tim Garland. And if you are not familiar with his work, why not? He also does classical music compositions as well, and a kind of variety of crosses between jazz and classical music, etc., etc. And he's been active for many years, and he is just an incredible talent. Worked with the late Chick Corea for many years as well. I think maybe five or half a dozen, 5 or 6 albums with Chick Corea, and the late Chick Corea, and just stunning musical talent and creativity and amazing work. So if you don't know Tim Garland, today is the day when you should click on any links that I've got in the description below. Go and find out more, listen to stuff. There's loads of stuff on YouTube or Spotify if you need to listen for free. And of course, if you have some money, you can support those artists that are working. Okay, let's get on with today's Sudoku from The Observer, because it's Sunday, so the Guardian doesn't publish, and the Observer doesn't rate its puzzles in any way, so I have no idea of their preferred rating of it. But to be honest with you, the Guardian's ratings are so off most of the time that their rating is fairly meaningless anyway. So I shall explain how to play the game first of all, and then let's get into it after that. So there are 9 squares in each of the rows across. There are 9 squares in each of the columns down, and there are 9 squares in each of these boxes or blocks or segments, as I sometimes call them. And what we do is fit the numbers 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and each block. And what that means is, because there are 9, each number can appear once only. And so the trick is like a jigsaw of some kind, that we have to fit a number into its row and column and box. So this one is in this row, it's in this column, and it's also in this box or block. And that means it can't appear again in this column, it can't appear again in this row, and it can't appear again in this block, because we are limited to 9, sometimes called a game of 9s. And that's how we do it. So what do we see? We see this 9 is in this column and therefore cannot reappear in this column. Same for this 9, and the same for this 9 across the top. So there's a kind of blocking pattern, blocking, and blocking across here. And you'll see there's only one square that's not affected by that. So we can fill in a 9 there immediately. And so we do. And this is how we play the game. We look around for things that we can see, assumptions that we can make. Logical assumptions, I mean. For example, in this row along the bottom here, we do not yet have a 3. We have 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 9. So what we don't have is 3, 6, and 8. But immediately I see that there's a 3 in this block here. Okay, So that means that the 3 cannot appear here or here. These 2 squares are out for 3. So there's only 1 square left in this row. So logically, 3 is going to have to fit here. Now I said the other numbers were 6 and 8. So this 6 means that 6 can't appear here and has to go here. And therefore, 8 is our last number in that row. And we have completed 1 row. You'll see each digit uniquely 1 to 9. Got the idea now? Good. In this column, we don't yet have a 2, we have a 1. Next number I see is a 3. This 2 means this can't be a 2 here. This 2 means this can't be a 2 here. So that's got to be, hasn't it? We also don't have a 4. We have 1, 2, 3. You look up and down, you don't see a 4. So this 4 means that 4 can't appear here, and there's only 1 square left. It's got to go here. Let's continue counting. 5, 6, 7. Is there an 8 anywhere? No, there's a 9. So that has to be our 8. We'll take the 8 that we just wrote, and bring it across here, and 8 blocking down here, and that will give us an 8 in this square here. And we'll take that 8 and push it up to the top here, and this 8 up to the top here, and that'll give us an 8 there. The game sometimes goes in fits and starts, meaning that sometimes it's very easy to see numbers. For example, this 9 will block down here, and that will give us just this square left. And then sometimes it can take much longer to find numbers because you're searching around looking for stuff. I know that 6 and 7 are missing here, but I can't do anything about it because I don't have any intersecting 6s or 7s to tell me which is which. So we'll just forget about that for the moment. What I can see though is this 7 blocks up here, right? So 7 can't appear in these 3 squares. So clearly these 3 numbers are already filled in. That just leaves 3 squares down here. So 7 will be in one of these 3 squares. Not here, can't be. So we know that when it appears in either here, here or here, whichever, it will block down here, and 7 cannot appear here or here, and 7 can't appear here. So 7 has to be here like this. Again, the missing numbers in this column now are 3 and 4. 1, 2, we don't have 3, we don't have 4, we have everything else. But we can't tell which is which, so again we just go somewhere else and do something else for a while. It also means that we can get these numbers here, but again, that's not going to give us anything. Excuse me. So we shall just continue along. Like I said, fits and starts. Sometimes, lots of stuff very quickly. Sometimes it takes a little longer to find numbers. I can actually see that this is going to be an 8, okay, because this 8 blocks this square. Okay, so that's out. Clearly we already have numbers filled in here. This 8 blocks both of these squares because 8 can't reappear in its block. So there's no 8 again in any of this block. So 8 is not here, and not here. Now we have an intersecting 8 along here, so that's not 8. Another one here, so that can't be 8. So in that column there, that's got to be 8. If you hear people chatting in a strange language behind me, I live in Bangkok, and my neighbors often like to chat in their garden, and you will sometimes hear them. If you're new to the channel, you may be wondering what that strange noise is. It's people chatting on a Sunday morning. Sunday morning before lockdown. Oh, it looks like it's about to rain again as well. It's rained all night. My voice is a little croaky this morning because I spent most of the night awake with the storms. Now let's focus more. Let's try and get some more focus on what I'm doing here. All right, so I kind of did that in a rather random fashion. I got to this part here by just kind of I don't know, just putting my eyes on the grid and letting the numbers speak to me, I think. And so from this point on, I should look in a bit of a more methodical way by probably counting through the numbers and see what's missing. So when I see 1, I see 1 blocking here, 1 blocking here. So I know it's limited to these 2 squares, but I can't tell which one yet. But I know it's in either here or here. And then I look around here and see 1 blocking here. So it could be here. 1 could be anywhere along here. 1 is limited to here, and it will be in these 2 squares here, but I can't place it. So I'm then going to move on to 2 and see what I can do with 2. Now I know that 2 blocks down here, so we'll be limited to these 2 squares. I know that 2 blocks up here and 2 blocks across here, so I know 2 is limited here and here, and 2 across here, nothing, 2 across here, nothing. Oh, sorry, 2 squares there, rather, I should say. Ah, no, not quite. Okay, 3, I thought I'd seen something. 3 is limited to these 2 squares up here, these 2 squares along here, and that's about it. Can't tell anything else. 4 is either this square or this square, this square or this square, this square or this square, and that's about it. Can't get anything else. 5 blocks down here. 5 is in this square and this square. Aha. Now I do notice something. We had another number. We had a 1. So this is a 1 or a 5. Okay. Now this could be important because if we have 2 numbers in 2 squares, it means that the other numbers go in the other squares. So if this is, okay, let's see. 1 blocks along here, 1 blocks down here. So this is a 1. 5 blocks down here and 5 blocks across here. So this is a 5. So these 2 squares are 1 and 5. Now 9 blocks along here. Now it can't come in here or here because we know that already. So 9 will have to be in this square here like that. Now we also know that this is a 2 and a 4, right? Because this is 1 and 5, remember? So when we count through, 1, 2 has to be here, 3, 4 has to be here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now that we know 2 is in here, we know that this 2 blocks, the 2 that will be placed either here or here will block this square, and we have a 2 blocking down here, and so that must be our 2 there. Okay. Right. Now where was I? I was counting through the numbers when I got to 5. And so 5, okay, anything else on 5s? Right, what else? 6 blocks across here, 6 blocks across here, that gives us a pair of 6s. Actually, that will give us a 6 here, because this 6 blocks these 3 squares, right? So because it's in this block, cannot reappear. So then we're limited to just 3 squares down here. Clearly we already filled in the numbers here. So 6 blocks here, 6 blocks here. That's the last square that can be a 6. So in we go. This 9 blocks across here, 9 blocks across here, 9 blocks up, 9 blocks down. I know I was counting through the numbers, but when I see something, I have to fill it in very quickly in case I forget it. 2 blocks up here, 2 blocks across here, and this is a 2 now. So of course, before we didn't see that 2, but now we've done, I was counting through 1, 2, 3, going through the numbers. It wasn't true at that time, but once you fill in 1 or 2 numbers, the whole game changes and you have to reassess and reevaluate the situation. So this 2 means that this can't be a 2, right? So 2 is limited to these 2 squares here. Now we have a 2 blocking this square and a 2 blocking this square. So 2 blocking here, here, and here. And guess what? There's only 1 more square in the whole column. And so we know that 2 has to go there. Okay. What else? This 7 actually blocks across here. Now I don't have a 7 here. I'm missing a 7. So 7 means that can't be true, so that's a 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we don't have. That's our last number here. This 6 blocks this square here. We don't have a 6 in this block yet, so 6 goes there. 1, 2, 3 is our last number in this block here. Now we're missing one number along here. If you're missing one number, you can always get it. 1, 2, 3, no 4 yet. So in goes the 4 now. We already know this is a 1 and 5, and we can't get anything about that. So you see that as you're playing the game, you maybe you're counting through the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and checking it there things. But then when you find something, you can change tack, employ a different technique, do something else. That's the way the game goes, really. So where was I? Let's see what's missing here now. See if anything has changed. So 1, 2, missing a 3 and 4. No, still can't get a 3 or 4 along here. This is 3 and 4, so this is what 1 and 5. Still can't get a 1 or 5 along here, so nothing's changed up there yet. But let's see what we have along here. 7 blocking here, 7. So the 7 is limited to these two squares. 1 we don't know about. What else is missing? 4 and 5. No. Okay, so can't get anything there. By the way, don't worry about failure to see something when you're counting through like this. This is the nature of the game. 1, 2, 3 blocking here, but it could appear here or here. 4 we don't have yet, and we don't know where it goes. And the other number is 7. 7 could be here or here. So no. So looking, along these rows and columns that have numbers missing has not been so fruitful yet at this point in time. So we again change tack. Now I'm going to do what I did before and start counting through the numbers again, because as I said, we've put in different numbers and now and so the situation has changed. Let's come back to 1 again. So 1 blocking here. It's in these 3 squares up here. It's in these 2 squares here. And that's all we can say. 2 is limited to these 2 squares. And these 2 squares. Okay, 2 is okay. So 2 blocking across here, blocking across here. So here, and here, blocking here, blocking. So these 2 squares here, but we can't tell which is which, and that's it. So 3 blocks along here and up here, giving us 3 in these squares here. 3 is here or here. Can't get anything up there. 3, no use there. 3 is there or there. So again, no use. Nope. So don't worry, don't be disheartened. Excuse me. 4 blocking here. So 4 is in one of these 2 squares. 4 blocking up here. 4 is here or here. And up here, 4 could be in any of these squares. That's no good to us. 5. We know this is 5 down here. 5 blocking down here. No good there. No, nothing useful there. 6. Aha, now we found a number. So 6 blocking across here, 6 blocking across here, and the 6 that we filled in now blocks up here. And so 6 has to go there, like so. There aren't any more 6s to get. That is all of them, so we can go on to the next number. And remember, we don't have to recheck 6 later on. 7 we know is here or here, and it's also anywhere here, and kind of up there. 8's 8 is limited to these 2 squares here and these 2 squares here, and that's it. 9's, do we have other 9's already? I do believe we do, yeah. Okay, we do. So we have all the 9's already. Now, I did fill in one number, a 6 here, so I should re-examine this column and see what's missing. So now the missing numbers are 1 and 5, I believe. 1 and 5 are missing here, but look, here we have an intersecting 1, so 1 goes in here, and 5 goes in here. Now that's changed quite a lot, I think, because now 1 blocks across here, 1 blocks across here, so there's only 1 square left to fill in our 1. And okay, so okay, so this 8 blocks up here and this 8 blocks across here, so this will be an 8 here. 7 blocks up here, so that's a 7 there. This 8 blocks across here, 8 blocks across here, and 8 blocks up here, so that's an 8 there. Missing numbers are 3 and 5. Oh, there's one number missing. If you ever see 1 square, you've got to get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. No 5 yet, so let's put that in now. 5. Okay, so this is a 1 and a 4, but we don't know about anything about that just yet. This looks like a good place to look. 1, 2. Do we have a 3 yet? No, we don't. But look, we have an intersecting 3 up here, so that's our 3. 4, 5, 6. No 7. That's our last number. And now 7 blocking across here, 7 across here, 7 down here gives us 7 in that square. This is a nice game. It's not a difficult level, it's just an easy level game, but it's giving me a chance to explain things nice and clearly, I think. If you're new to Sudoku, I hope you're getting all of this. It's really, I hope it's clear anyway. Okay, what's missing up here now? 1, 2, 3, so missing numbers are 4 and 7. Any help on 4 or 7? No help on 4 or 7. So we look elsewhere. And this is the game, you know, to keep looking elsewhere. Somehow this seems like it might be useful. 2 is limited to these 2 squares because it blocks here. What else is missing? 3 blocks up here, so 3 is in these squares. 4 blocks up here, so 4 is in these 2 squares. No, it wasn't as useful as I had hoped. One blocking down here, 2 is in these squares here. 1 we don't really know apart from it not being here. 3 blocks up here. 3, 4 blocks up here in those 2 squares. 5, no, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, not very useful. So it's time to think again and look again elsewhere. Let's re-examine this. Now this was 3 and 4. Anything? This was 1 and 5, I remember. Nothing to do here. 3 or 4, 1 or 5. Still can't tell. Back over here, 1 and 4, nothing. So this will have to be 1 and 4, nothing. Okay. Back up here, 1, 2, 3, and 5. Okay, so 5 blocks here now. So 5 is in this square, and 3 is our last number in this block, and so it goes there. Now 3 blocks along here, and that'll give us a 3 here, and the last number in this column is a 4, so we can fill that in. Now if you remember, we limited 3 and 4 to these 2 squares, right? So 4 means that that can't be a 4 there. That must be a 3, and that must be a 4. 4 blocks across here now, that's a 4, and the last number in this block is a 1. This 1 means that can't be a 1, so this is a 1. 1 number left along here is a 1, and 1 number left in this block now is a 5. Okay, number remaining in this row is a 5, and this 5 means this can't be a 5, so that is, and that's our 1, which is our last remaining number in this block. I hope this is not too fast for you if you're new to the game. 3 blocking here, So that's a 3. 1, 2 we don't have yet. 2 is here. 2 means this can't be a 2. We don't yet have a 2 here. And the last number here is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 7 yet, so 7 goes here. 1, 2, 3. There's no 4, and that's our last number. And we'll just double check to make sure that we haven't made any mistakes. Look around if this is, if you're new to the game, double check you haven't put two numbers in the same column, same row, or same block. And if you haven't, as we haven't today, then you have solved the puzzle successfully. So thank you to the observer for providing a nice Sudoku puzzle. Fairly easy game, but nice to play a relaxed pace and enjoyable. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel to get more Sudoku, and come back anytime and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, if it is a Sunday, or whatever day it is for you. Remember to check out Tim Garland and his amazing saxophone playing and compositions as well. Thank you. Bye bye.